I've never been more scared in my entire life.
History is full of wars. Every man I lose,
Meant
it's
something.
all worthwhile because our cause is just.
Exactly. That's the only thing that's keeping these guys going. The free world is at stake. Welcome back for some more of the Pacific. Quick recap. Last episode, we saw Lecky return back to action and get thrown into a complete nightmare. Barcelona started his war bond tour, which may be too much for him according to Virginia. We saw what was by far the goriest episode and just the beginning of what was described in the monologue as the longest engagement of World War II. So let's get into this. Before we begin, I do want to remind you that you can vote on what I watch, see full-length reactions, and get early YouTube edits on my Patreon through the link in the description. If not, just make sure you subscribe and leave a thumbs up on this video if you do enjoy it. It really helps my channel reach a wider audience, and I greatly appreciate it. But now, it's time for the show. Let's go.
There were more Japanese there than there were Marines. We didn't realize there was a ridge there with over 500 caves in it, seeing every bit of us on that island.
Might as well be an ambush.
The Marines' orders were to cross the exposed airfield. The Japanese opened fire.
That was the longest walk I think I've ever took in my life.
Damn, that gentleman right there actually did this? Shit. Like, did that actual walk?
It's a man in a uniform, man.
Oh, the dreaded visit. Oh, shit, he came home. Let's go.
Now, I can't say this about every Marine I know, but I'm not worried about Eugene.
That's not so hard to hear, is it?
I'm sure even just that little visit, that very short statement he said was enough to relieve so much uneasiness that the parents had.
Hey! Somebody found water.
Found water.
Hopefully that shit's safe to drink. Not like I would fucking care, to be honest with you. Oh! You can't drink that. You can't drink that.
Poison. Jap fuckers poisoned it.
Oh, shit. Soon as I said that. Fucking assholes.
I got a little water.
They had this little canteen of water and still shared it with everyone around them. Everyone gets a sip.
Come on, first squad, stay on me!
Oh my God! What do you do with your guys when their legs get blown off in the field like that? You can't help them. They're just there. They're dead. This reminds me of the Woods episode of Band of Brothers where people were just getting their limbs blown off, mortars were dropping, and people were just trying to grab their friends, and you're just risking yourself getting hurt, which is what happened in Band of Brothers. This is wild as fuck.
Radio, you're better off with 2 tin cans and a fucking spray!
They can't even reach comms. No comms, no water, no hope. Oh my God! What the fuck? Every time I say something, something in the show contradicts it literally while I'm mid-sentence. I'm sitting here like, at least the characters we're familiar with aren't getting hurt too bad. Sniped right in the head. I'm pretty sure he's the one that shared his water with everyone else too. That works too. Rocket launchers and mortars, take them down, boys.
I need you to take our wounded back to the beach! They're moving out!
Hold here till we load our wounded.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. I was just gonna say, they always get the short end of this stick on all this shit I watch. The officers, the one that were there doing the fighting, are telling them we need this, and that. We have to make our guy. Nope. Orders are to go here, here, and this. And this motherfucker pulled out his gun, sat on top of the tank, and said, we're bringing our fucking guys back.
Dextrose, take one now, save one for the morning.
Sugar pills. They're like keeping these guys on life support. And it's because they can't get anything in there. I get that. Supplies and shit, it's just impossible.
I've never been more scared in my entire life.
History is full of wars. Every man I lose,
Meant
it's
something.
all worthwhile because our cause is just.
Exactly. That's the only thing that's keeping these guys going. The free world is at stake.
Saw you reading last night. Writing, too. Ain't supposed to write shit down, you know.
Guess I won't show it to him, then.
Gotta smoke.
Dude's been smoking the entire show. Every scene that's on him, that's just been getting him through everything.
Looks like 2 heavy bamboo machine guns. You get a better look.
Sledge, Layden.
No. I can just scout it.
Sure?
Anytime anyone scouts something in these shows, man, it's a headshot. Shit. This is horrible cover. They've got the higher ground.
I gotta go back to battalion, get these orders changed. If I don't come back, company's yours.
It's another fuck thing. Like, the comms go down, you can't reach anyone. You have to send someone to run and give that message by themselves.
The nips come through here at Highport with fixed bayonets. Nail them with flare and HE as fast as you can. You think you can do that?
We got it, Gunny.
Woof.
Fuck was that?
It's doped up, boys.
Oh my god. Everything's so like intense and serious. He's the last person I would expect to just crack a joke.
God damn it, shut up!
What the fuck, man? No!
Hit him with something!
Knock him the fuck out! Hit him with your fucking gun! They had to kill one of their guys because he was having a nightmare and would have gave away their positioning. And were they wrong? No, they weren't.
Guess better him than all of us.
That's the whole thing I've been hearing since this fucking show. Every war movie I've started, better him than us. Every fucking war movie I've seen.
Hey, Peaches, you gonna waste those?
Tried to get back to you.
I know. Lucky I know.
Look at you, man. They fucking know. Look at him. Damn, Lucky's in a fucking wheelchair?
Don't blame yourself. You did the right thing.
Good to have you back, sir.
Thanks.
Hey, company, move out!
Dead bodies laid over the tank. You don't blame the guy. Either one. The one that had the nightmare or the one that killed him. You can't.
Hey,
What an excellent shot.
let's go home, Cotter.
Do you know how beautiful this shot should be with the water and the island? It should be one of the most beautiful experiences in your life. Carnage and brutality and the worst of humanity. Oh my god, thank God. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Pacific episode 6. And I'm glad it ended right there because it was getting a little bit too dense and emotive. Now the show is just all gas, no brakes. Ever since they landed on this island, there's been no time. They didn't even revert back to Barcelona in this episode. The only time we got non-fighting, not on the island, was when it jumped back to the soldier who went home to let him know that Sledge, you know, he's keeping it together. This might as well be called Ambush Island or Impossible Island because you can't get supplies in. There's no water. If you do find water, it's poisoned. Who knows how many people drunk from things or ate from stuff that they thought was safe and then died. Mortars shelling everywhere. Limbs are flying. You have to run across open fields. Like, these are your orders. And with all that, the little bit of water that you do get, you still share it with your fucking brothers. It's not just about you getting home. It's about you and the guy next to you getting home. It is about survival. Yes, it is about living. It is about seeing your loved one. It's about not being a hero when you don't have to be. But it is as much about the guy next to you as it is about you. And the canteen water sharing moment was the best example of that. And it does worry me because I like Sledge. I don't know if I was saying that right before he did it. I think I was. I would be worried about picking up like someone I got close with. If their limb flew off, amputated, I'm thinking of them as a brother. I'm thinking of them as like a family member, a really close friend. And we're running, and I see them, and I have to carry. I can't not stop. I can't not stop and help them. It's almost like if you die, I die type of thing. That's too much to even think about. It's something where in the moment, your body's gonna, like, you're never gonna be the same again. It's something you have to experience firsthand. I wish someone could tell me what's going through their mind when they're picking up their friend, when they're picking up, not even have to be a friend, another soldier or Marine, and you're just trying to get them to safety. You don't want to see them get hurt because it could be you. I think that's what it boils down to. If it happened to you, they would do the same for you. You're sitting there screaming for mercy, for help, for glory. And in Band of Brothers, it got to the point where a priest on the battlefield was going up and blessing you while you were dying. That's still crazy to me. I think about that shit all the time. I cannot believe that that was a thing. I wish I remembered names better. It's hard because I watch a lot of shows and it usually takes me a while to learn people's names, and there's so many rotating members in the show. We see them and we don't. Lecky and Sledge are kind of the two that stand out. You know, people are calling them by their name every 5 minutes. And I have a feeling this is going to be the Sledge show now. Even from before we saw the ending with Lecky, you could tell the show was starting to focus on him more. And hopefully he fares off better than Lecky did. I mean, he's going home. He's not whole mentally or physically, but there's a chance to rebuild, repair, get some semblance of a normal life back. It is possible. It is possible, man. Don't ever let anyone tell you it's not. I know it may be hard in war to see that, but the same way you can't see it while you're in war, there are countless Marines and veterans and just soldiers of different branches that have gone through the worst of the worst that weren't supposed to get out alive, and they came home and they found a way, either if it was through support of their friends, either if it was through religion, or because they felt like it was their civic duty. Drugs maybe help them get over it, maybe temporarily, you know, like PTSD, get prescribed proper medication. The thing is, this is the 40s, and that's what terrifies the living shit out of me, because when they're gonna go back home, the support system isn't there yet, like how it is today. And even today, people talk about the pitfalls and how it's not as good as it could be. And we've seen countless movies, even in Vietnam, like they go home and they just feel like no one cares. I didn't even fucking know. I knew about war, I knew about all this stuff, and I knew it was bad, but seeing it firsthand, you're seeing the psychological damage presented in a Hollywood format. These aren't real people. They're portraying real people, but this isn't real. I'm sure you guys are feeling it emotionally. So that's all you need to know, that in actual war, it's exponentially bad to the point where we can't even imagine. And I keep trying to imagine it, and then I pull myself back because you can't do that. And the intentional friendly fire, it technically wasn't fire, but he killed this guy and he had to. Like, what the fuck? Now that dude's gonna be morally conflicted, even though you know it's the right thing, even though you know you saved all these guys because you had to kill your guy. That doesn't make the feeling go away that you had to kill a brother in arms. And no one's gonna have the attitude like, hey, did what I had to do. You know, maybe if you watched and saw that happen and you were sitting there, or you're watching the show, you can say that. But if you're the actual guy that had to smash that against that guy's head because he wouldn't be quiet, because he was having a nightmare because of where they're at, like, can you really fucking blame the guy? It's a fucking nightmare. It was a night terror. That's not what it's meant for. This isn't meant to try to put yourself in that situation. It's meant to have respect for these guys and what they went through, and realize we have to do stuff to avoid our soldiers being put in this type of position ever again. But the crazy shit about it is, even if they had to go through this again and they knew this is what was waiting for them, they would still fucking do it again. Well, this was a loaded episode. The last episode and this one is completely different from the first 4 episodes. They had shock moments. There was a lot of introspectiveness and reflection, but all that is kind of out the window. If you get that, it's for 30 seconds and then it's back to the fighting. The one question I just do have is, are Japanese sniffing dogs real? Like, what the fuck was that about? Does he smell like stuff that the Japanese wear? I don't even know what breed that was. The Japanese are kind of far. What does he do when he smells something? Does he bark? Wouldn't that give away the position? Just give me more intel on how dogs were used during this specific war for this fighting on this island. That is something I am very interested in, because I don't see how that would work either. And to wrap this up, like I said in every other episode, a new element is getting added to these soldiers, and they're battling something new every episode. Last episode, it was the rats, and I think the ass-pinching crabs or something like that. Now, it's lack of water and intense heat. What's going to come next episode? We haven't had any good moments in a long time. The only time we get any shred of lightheartedness is when they're making jokes. And that's just probably to keep them sane. Kill the dead air, but make sure there's no awkwardness. You know, make sure guys are still there. Keep their hopes up in some way. Some type of morale. The morale is gone. Episode 7, hopefully we get something better. Some sort of hope for these guys. If anything stood out to you in this episode, or there was anything I might have missed, please tell me about it in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed watching my reaction. All I ask is that you leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can also vote on what I watch, see full-length reactions, and get early YouTube edits on my Patreon through the link in the description. You guys are the best. We're a family. You know that. That's it for me. Until next time, spread peace and love. I'm out.